So let's talk about AI. If you're running a business you've built with your own hands, with years of skill, all this conversation around artificial intelligence can feel, well, a little unsettling. But today, we're going to reframe that. We're going to explore why AI isn't a threat to your expertise, but actually one of the most powerful amplifiers for it you'll ever have. All right, let's just jump right in with a big question that's probably on your mind. You've spent years, maybe decades, perfecting your craft, building a reputation on trust and quality. So this idea that a piece of software could come along and just undermine all of that, yeah, that's a deep and a completely valid concern. So let's get right to it. Here is the simple truth. AI is not coming for your expertise. It can't. It doesn't have your judgment, it doesn't have your intuition, and it sure can't build trust with a customer standing in their home. No way. What it is coming for is the busy work. You know, all the tedious, repetitive tasks that just get in the way of you actually using your expertise. To really get what's happening here, it helps to just kind of zoom out. This feeling of anxiety about a new technology, it's not the first time this has happened, not by a long shot. In fact, it's a pattern that has repeated itself over and over throughout human history. And the pattern is always the same. A new tool arrives, and the first reaction is almost always fear. People worry about being replaced. Just think about accountants when spreadsheets first showed up. A lot of them thought their jobs were about to become obsolete. But what actually happened? Well, the accountants who learned how to use that new tool became incredibly more valuable. The tech didn't replace the expert, it replaced the tedious work of the manual ledger. And this goes all the way back, from stone tools making a hunter more effective, not replacing them, to the printing press giving a writer a global audience. The internet didn't replace your business, right? It just gave you a way to reach customers you never could have before. AI is simply the next powerful step in this long, long evolution of tools. So here's the most important takeaway from all of this. It's never about humans versus machines. It is always, always about humans with better tools competing against other humans with less effective tools. AI doesn't change the fundamental game, it just upgrades the equipment you can bring to it. Okay, so if AI is just another tool in the toolbox, what does that say about your real value? Let's get really clear on what a customer is actually paying you for, because it's not just the physical work, it's something much more human and frankly, much more important than that. This is the essential distinction. Customers pay a premium for your judgment, for the trust you've built, for your ability to solve a weird, unexpected problem right there on the spot. And AI can't do any of that. But what it can do, and do perfectly, is handle the scheduling, the initial quotes, the follow-ups, all the admin work that gets in the way of your real work. The writer Seth Godin puts it perfectly. He says the opportunity here is to focus on work where you get rewarded for being more human, not less. And that just nails it. The parts of your job that require creativity, empathy, and building relationships, that's where you win. And AI is just the tool that clears the deck so you can do more of that high-value stuff. Okay, theory is great, but let's make this concrete. What does this actually look like on a random Tuesday afternoon when you're out on a job site, tools in hand? You know this scenario all too well. You're focused on a job, your phone rings, and it goes straight to voicemail. By the time you get a chance to call back, that potential customer has already called 3 of your competitors. Now imagine this instead. An AI answers that call instantly, professionally qualifies the lead, and books an appointment right there in your calendar. You finish your work, check your phone, and see a confirmed lead on the books, not a missed opportunity. And that's the whole difference. The AI didn't do your job. It didn't diagnose the problem or build that relationship. It simply acted as a perfect system to make sure that a customer who was looking for your specific expertise was able to connect with you. It captured an opportunity that otherwise you would have lost. So when you look at it through that lens, adopting AI isn't some overwhelming, complicated technological leap. It's a pretty straightforward business decision that you are in complete control of. Let's be really clear. Your competition is not and never will be an algorithm. It's still the other business owner down the street. The only difference now is that they might be using a better tool, one that lets them be more responsive, more organized, and more consistent than ever before. So I want you to think of it like this. All the skill and reputation you've built over the years, that's the solid foundation of your business. That is not going anywhere. AI is simply the modern power tool that lets you build a bigger, stronger, more profitable structure right on top of that same foundation. In our last explainer, we really dug into the how, the practical steps for training an AI on the specifics of your business. Today, we've established the why, the fact that it's a tool to amplify you, not replace you. And that leads us to the next logical question. It's one thing to say that AI can save you time and capture more opportunities, but what does that actually mean for the bottom line? How does this translate into a real financial impact for your business? And that's exactly where we're heading. Next time, we're going to break down the specific return on investment, the actual dollars and cents of it all. We'll get into the real numbers and the math that's driving this big shift in the industry. Thanks so much for your time, and I look forward to diving into the numbers with you then.